February 14, 1998. And good morning and happy Valentine's Day. Last week we discussed about form sphere consciousness, jhana, right? 5 jhana. As all of you know, the jhana, when we practice calm meditation, and we can attain jhana. If our jhana is highly developed, so we can obtain the highest psychic powers. And for today, I would like to explain to you about this, the factors of jhana. You already know that. First jhana here, page 16. The first jhana this wholesome consciousness together with, in Bali we call vitaka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekakata. Right? This is for the first jhana. Here, I would like to explain about this vitaka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekakata. The house is different. So vitaka, in English, we translate as initial application, right? Vichara, a sustained application. Piti is rapture. Sukha, happiness. Ekakata, one-pointedness. That's the ubekas, the equanimities. That we already know that. Here, vitaka. Vitaka and vichara. So, how the difference, vitaka and vichara. Please note that. Vitaka is like a flying of a bee towards a flower, and vichara is the buzzing around it. Vitaka is the direct the mind or toward the object, right? Vitaka. Vichara is be born on this object. Really, its meaning is the simile is like the bee. When the bee starts to fly to the flower, it's like vitaka, right? Like with the direct to the flower. And vichara is the buzzing around this flower. So you can take others simile, Like when you shoot the gun, right? Shoot the gun. First you shoot the gun. The first time your bullets come out, the first moment is the vitaka, direct with the object, and then your bullet is just on and on until you reach the object. That's the vitaka, vichara. You can make. And also, that's the bird. When it tries to fly through sky. Start to, when it start to fly, it's like the Vitaka, and then just fly on, on sky, just like a Vichara. And when the plane take off, the first moment the plane take off, like a Vitaka, and later on it's keep going on, it's fly, it's called like a Vichara. And when you hit the band, the first moment the sounds come out, that's the Vitaka. And later on there's this sounds, disappear, this like the Vichara. You can take the other similitude, When you drive a car, the first, you start to, you drive. The first moment, let's start with that car. And later on, you go on freeway, just keep going on, just start with Jara. And also, when you have diamond, big diamond, one hand, your left hand, you just hold on this diamond. It's like the Vitaka, hold on. And then your right hand, just look around it, look around, examine it. It's another hand, with another hand, it's like Vichara. So this the difference, the Vitaka and Vichara. But when they occurs at the same time, this we just, I let all of you know that's their nature, but they occur at the same time. That's the Vitaka and Vichara. And Piti and Sukha. How the different Piti and Sukha? Here, Piti is a creating an interest in the object, right? Piti. Sukha is the enjoyment of the desired object. Just here. But the similes look like Piti. It's like when we travel other states and you drive on a freeway, you feel very hungry. Your gas almost gone, right? And also, you have a problem in your stomach, you want to go restroom, and then you drive and just on your way, and you will see the signboard, gas, food, rest area, and how you feel. Like pity, rapture, pity, just cravings and interest in the object. I will I have gas soon, I have to go to the restroom soon. So you feel you're not enjoying just in creating an interest. That is like pity. And then when you reach the rest area or the restaurant, or gas station, and you will, where you go first? Go to the restroom first, and then you come to go get into the restaurant, eat, and then you feel the gas, and you go on, and then you enjoy just the desired object is sukha. The piti and sukha is different, right? So piti, even we say is that we feel piti. It's not feeling. It's not feeling. The piti is the one kind of mental state, mental factors. It belongs to sankhara. We have 5 aggregates. That later we will study about that. We have 5 aggregates. Maybe all of you heard about that, right? We have form, we have the feeling, we have the perception, and mental formation, and consciousness. This piti is not feeling. They belong to sankhara, aggregate. The sukha is the enjoyment, is the feeling. It's the belong to feeling aggregate. That's the difference. And here, piti, rapture, right? Joy. It's not just normal, ordinary piti here. It's got to the jhana. And when you practice samatha meditation or vipassana insight meditation, you will experience this piti. One kind of piti. We have 5 kinds of piti. So I would like all of you to notice 5 kinds of piti. 5 kinds of piti. Number 1, minor piti. Minor piti. Number 2, momentary piti. Number 3, showering piti. Showering piti. Showering piti. Number 4, uplifting piti. Number 5, pervading piti. Yes, pervading piti. Yes, pervading piti. There are 5 kinds of pitis. Here, the minor pitis mean this minor pitis causes the flesh to creep. This causes the goose flesh, right? Or we can call it the goose flesh or goose pimples. This minor piti. You see, when you sit meditation, sometimes it's cause the goose flesh. As you feel cold, right? Someday, even when you sit meditation, you gain concentration. We call it the minor piti. It's one kind of piti. Hold your body, someday your head, just your hair, just, when you feel it, right? Goose flesh. Calm. It's our minor piti. The momentary piti is like a flash of lightning. Lightning, right? A flash of lightning. It's not stick long time, just flash lightning. It's again and again, something like that. You feel it. You call momentary piti. Number 3 is showering piti, like the breakers on the seashore. When you go to the seashore, we see the wave. That's the right roll. Comes to the seashore and it's gone back, something like that. Like the breakers on the seashore. Someone you go to the seashore, just sits the seashore, and then the waves come to us, and and then we go back, something like that, So you feel like that because the showering piti. And uplifting piti is like this piti, anybody wants to float in the air. Anybody wants to float in the air. Just lift up our body. this uplifting piti. Here, when we sit meditation, that is number 3, the showering piti, right? Showering piti. When we sit meditation, and our body, sometimes we feel, even we practice some vipassana meditation, we experience about it. We close our eyes, sit meditation, we gain concentration. You feel that our bodies go, back and forth, right? Something like that. You feel, just one kind of feeling, this piti. Sometimes it's swaying like this, something like that, swaying. Sometimes really it's the swaying. Something just feeling. When you open your eye, you just don't move, but you feel that it's showering piti. And uplifting piti, this according to my first teacher, meditation teacher, he told us about his experience. Do you believe or not? It doesn't matter, Just according to his experience, he told us that one day he opens the meditation retreat class, retreat meditation as Upper Burma, one of the city in Upper Burma. A lot of people come to this retreat, 1 month retreat meditation. And then one gentleman from the village, countryside, is far from the city about 15 miles, about 15, 20 miles, he said. And he come to join this retreat meditation. Practice meditation for 2 weeks. One day, and this gentleman's daughter, to go to work at the daytime, and evening to come back home. When they come back home, they see their father just cross-legged, closed eyes, sit meditation in front of their order at home. And they say, okay, oh, why is our father come back home today, this surprise? And then they wait until about 7 o'clock at night. And this is very strange. We have to ask him, yes, Daddy, he said. And then he opened his eye. Why you come back why you come back home? Why you not stay under the finished retreat? He said, I don't know. I know how I get here, I don't know, he said. You see? And then his daughters, in a village didn't have car, like America, used the car, right? Ox cart. And took him to the place. Even he said he doesn't know himself what happened. This is the one kind of lifting piti. See, this is very strange. And 30 years ago, one of my friends, we practiced meditation together in one meditation center in Rangoon. He's a high school student, 16 years old. I still remember his name until now, just 16 years old. His name is Amen, his name. And every day we have to report our experience, what we see, what we feel, what we have problem about this meditation. We have to report to our teacher every day in evening. And then, or one day, he reported his experience. He said, I sit meditation, and I feel my body start lift up, or little by little, and then under his head hit ceiling and come down. It's not feel hurt anymore. This the lifting piti. This everyone they know that about him. This boy, just 16 years old, just lifting, lifting piti, uplifting piti. In scripture also they mention about that. In the time of the Buddha, one of this one lady, she has pregnant. And then their village, the town, is the top of the mountain. They have ceremony, celebrate about this the pagoda ceremony, and a lot of people go up this mountain and celebrate the ceremony, and they light candle, and the parents said, "You cannot go with us, so you have to stay home." So we would go at the mountain, and they have to walk, no car, just walk up to the mountain. And then that lady just sit in front of their house and look at the mountain, thinking about the Buddha disciple, and thinking. And then her body so up to the air, reached to this mountain. And then after she reached to this mountain, about half an hour, her parent and her husband, "How you come here?" He said, "I don't know. I just look at this pagoda. I just thinking about the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and I come here. I don't know." This is one kind of uplifting piti. You will feel that, any kind of piti when you practice meditation, when you have enough concentration, this uplifting piti. And poetic piti is look like, we take the cotton and put into oil or put into water. As the water and oil is the poet inside, in the cotton. It look like that, you will feel like that. Even us, when you sit meditation, you feel our bodies big, say something very big, we feel very big, but you don't feel we touch with the floor, we hurt, we don't know how, just like this the volume, you feel like that. Your head's the big, you feel like that. Your body's the big, or maybe it's 10 times their body. This is the poetic piti. Just 5 kind of piti. We should to understand it. Otherwise, maybe if you see some kind of piti, I'm getting enlightenment, maybe you think about it. It's not getting enlightenment, just before you get enlightenment, you have to come across, this one kind of piti. This piti here in jhana factors should be number 5, not 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be number 5. Pervading piti, just you feel very or subtle feeling, right? Just your mind's viewing on the object with a balanced mind at a time, very subtle, ubekha. And here, ekakata, one-pointedness of the mind. It looks like when we light a candle in the windless room, in the rooms there no wind. If you light candle, and the flame of this candle is very steady, right? Don't move steady, like that. One point is the mind, this ekakata. So we try to, get this one point of the mind. That's why we practice walking meditation, sitting meditation all the time. Here we're talking about the jhana. Even it's not the jhana, when we practice the vipassana insight meditation, if you have strong enough concentration, we will experience this Vittaka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekakata too. It's not jhana, about to gain jhana, something like that. Here, ubekha here is not generally we use is the wholesome, unwholesome consciousness. We have ubekha too, right? Wholesome consciousness. But here, this ubekha is different with the others. The ubekha is not ordinary ubekha, the special ubekha. This ubekha, this jhana ubekha, has been developed by strong willpower, with a subtle, ubekha. When you gain first jhana, this together with Vittaka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekara. 5 factors is the first jhana. And second jhana, together with Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekakada, right? Then with that is the eliminated. Just the 4 factors. Second jhana, right? The third jhana, together with Piti, Sukha, Ekakada, just 3 factors. See, 3 factors. And the fourth jhana is together with Sukha and Ekakata. So 2 factors. As this higher developed, they eliminate the Vittaka, Vichara, Piti one by one, step by step. And the 5th jhana is together with Ubekha and Ekakata. So when we practice this samatha meditation, first jhana we gain. We know that right away. Just our jhana is how many factors we have, 5 or 4 or 3 or 2. Right, you have to know that. And we have 2 ways here. This one I already told you about it. When we gain this forms sphere wholesome consciousness, the first jhana, when we die, reborn to where? First jhana, Brahmaram, right? I already give you the sheet. You see that, right? It's the first jhana 3, right? And when you gain second jhana and third jhana, you will reborn where? Born to second jhana. Brahmaram, number 4, 5, 6. When you gain the 4th jhana, You can reborn at the third jhana Brahma realms, the number 7, 8, and 9. When you gain the fifth jhana, you can reborn at the fourth jhana Brahma realm. From number 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. These 7 planes are called the fourth jhana Brahma realms. But for the plane of pure abode, number 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, just anagami sainthood, non-returner, can reborn at its plane. No ordinary whirling person, stream under, and one returner can reborn on this plane. So, when we reborn to this jhana, the Brahma plane, Brahma realm, their consciousness, rebirth consciousness. What is rebirth? Their rebirth consciousness. Rubhavajara vipaka citta here. You see that, right? This resultant consciousness. You have 5, right? 5. So when you reborn as the first jhana realm, your rebirth consciousness should be number 1. Right? Number 1, the first jhana resultant consciousness. We don't write it here because this resultant consciousness is the same, the forms of a wholesome consciousness. Same, right? Same. So the first jhana resultant consciousness as a rebirth consciousness, to its function as rebirth consciousness as the Brahma plane. And when you gain second jhana, here when you die, if your jhana, you not lose your jhana, you reborn as the second jhana realm. It's the rebirth consciousness should be number 2, second jhana resultant consciousness. So, if you gain the third jhana, you will reborn at the second jhana plane. Your rebirth consciousness should be the third jhana resultant consciousness. Right? 2 is the rebirth consciousness. And if you gain a fourth jhana, after you die, you will reborn as the third jhana realm. And your rebirth consciousness should be in the fourth jhana resultant consciousness. For a person who will reborn at the fourth jhana Brahma realms, their rebirth consciousness will be the fifth jhana resultant consciousness to their function. For the functional consciousness, for the functional consciousness, 5, right? These 5 consciousness are experienced by the Buddha and Arahant for functional consciousness. Not so, in our sensual sphere, we have 10 kinds of rebirth consciousness. Right? We already passed that. For us, we have sense sphere, resultant or with roots, resultant consciousness 8, right? 8, 1 of 8 is our rebirth consciousness. We already discussed about that. For the animal, for us the woeful, being, that's the hare or animal or ghost, for their rebirth consciousness is Santirana. Santirana, go is the rootless consciousness. Look at the rootless consciousness. They have more investigating consciousness. One, right? In Bali they call Santirana, Ubekha Santirana. This is the unwholesome resultant consciousness. We have 7, right? Unwholesome resultant consciousness, we have 7. Among 7, we have 1, Ubekha Santirana, investigating consciousness. That consciousness is all the being at the woeful state, all animal, all hell being, all the ghosts, is their rebirth consciousness, linking consciousness. And also in the rootless resultant consciousness, we have 8, right? At rootless, the wholesome resultant consciousness, 8. Among 8 we have 1, Ubekha Santirana. The name is the same, but what we just say right now is for unwholesome resultant consciousness. Now, wholesome resultant consciousness. That Santirana is do its function for they call Deva. Deva is the deity, right? It's not in heaven, in our human being. There's some like this that they just stay in our human world, but they are like this the Deva. You know Deva, right? Deva, deity. Yeah. And for their rebirth consciousness, this very minor Deva didn't have more power like this the heaven. So in our sense sphere world, we have 10 kind of rebirth consciousness. For us, for a human being, we have 8. But for the people, when he sits in their mother womb, and they are blind, deaf, dumb, that person, their relinking consciousness, rebirth consciousness is the Santirana, Ubekha Santirana too. But wholesome resultant consciousness among the rootless consciousness, right? The same like the minor, the divine, deity. So we know that once our rebirth consciousness, our bhavanga, when we sleep, bhavanga, and when we die, the last moment of our existence, just the same duty. Just this consciousness take their duty. So if you are number one, that is the, for instance, your rebirth consciousness is number one. Somanasa sahagata, just with pleasure, jnana sampayutta, or with knowledge, asankarika, unprompted resultant consciousness. If you rebirth your consciousness, is that consciousness. When you bhavanga, you sleep, the same, that consciousness arises again and again, again and again, again and again. Should be the same. And when you die, should be that consciousness, the last moment of the present existence, arise and disappear. So our rebirth consciousness, our bhavanga, our duty, the last moment of our consciousness in this present life, the same. You mean next existence? No. I mean this present life. Your rebirth consciousness is number one. When you sleep, you sleep where you sleep, we call it bhavanga. Right? Like continuums. At that moment, your bhavanga is number one. The same. When you die, just one, two, the same. The same consciousness. Same consciousness. And for functional consciousness, all these questions are explained by the Buddha and Arhat. Arhat. So how many form sphere consciousness we already have right now? Wholesome consciousness, 5. Right? Resultant consciousness, 5. And functional consciousness, 5. Altogether, 15. Yes, 15. 15. Or number 1, 2, 3, 4 is the with sukha, right? With sukha, with pleasure. 5th is the what? 5th. Indifference, ubekha. We have to remember that. Because after we finish all this consciousness, we have to review all one by one. I will explain you one by one. So how to remember what is the special, significance for all this consciousness. We have to review it one day. Then we can go start next chapter easily. You confuse, you cannot memorize this, all this consciousness when you go further, other chapters, and then it's not good for you, So we have to memorize, understand it one by one. I'll try to explain you, we'll review it one day. Look at it is very easy to understand. Yeah, right? The 5-4 method is the first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, fifth jhana. But we already studied, right? The 4-fold method here. The first jhana, how many factors we have? 5, right? Vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekaggata. This is the first jhana. When second jhana here, they are eliminated vitakka and vichara, just remain 3 factors. Piti, sukha, ekaggata. You see that, right? The second jhana. The second jhana. So the third jhana, how many factors we have? Sukha and ekaggata. Fourth jhana, ubekha, ekaggata. That's why we can call 4 methods the 5 jhana or 4 jhana. 2 methods. Depend on the person, right? Depend on the person. That's like us. Normally, we take first grade 1 year. Second grade is 1 year. by 1 year, going on. But some, they were very smart, very smart. After midterm, take another class, from 1 grade to 3rd grade. Same like this here. This first jhana, when practice meditation, just he can eliminate the vitaka, vichara too, and then go to the 3 factors jhana, piti, sukha, ekagata, because as a second jhana. And then he gained a 3rd jhana together with sukha, ekagata. And then she gains the 4th jhana together with upekha, ekagata. According to this method, the jhanas have 4 rupa jhana. Thus normally we have 5 rupa jhana. Now we go to formless sphere consciousness. Arupa, vajara, citta. Rupa is mean form, right? Arupa is formless. This arupa vajara is mean just mostly this all is consciousness mostly move about or roam about in a formless realm. So formless arupa vajara kusala citta. Kusala is mean wholesome consciousness. The second group vipaka citta, resultant consciousness. The third group kakiriya citta, functional consciousness. That's the same. So when you memorize the number 1st group, the 2nd, 3rd group the same. The name the same. Here, the pronunciation is akasanancha yatana. The second, vinyanancha yatana. Now third, akinchanya yatana. Number 4th, neva sanya na sanya yatana. It's a little difficult, right? Very hard. Just the meaning of this Pali is the bottom. It gives the meaning in the bottom. Akasanancha yadana is the jhana having infinite space as object. Vinyanancha yadana is the meaning is the jhana having infinite first arupa vajara consciousness as the object. I will explain to you later. Akinchanya yadana. This jhana having absence of first arupa vajara consciousness as object. And neva sanya na sanya yadana is jhana with its concomitance with that neither with perception nor with non-perception. This is the meaning of what we say right now. That's the meaning, right? So now, I'll let you to go to start page 20. page 20. Okay. For instance, one person, he already gains the fifth jhana, form sphere, this conscious or fifth jhana. And he would like to gain the formless sphere consciousness. What he want to do? Because he wants to develop this arupa jhana, right? And then he have to concentrate on this, we call patigga nimitta in Bali. In English we call conceptualized image. Concentrate on this conceptualized image, and then what will occur? From this image, just a faint light, or like a firefly, issue from this the object, sinner object. Firefly, right? Okay. And this firefly, this person, who this the meditator, he wants this the image, to expand until it covers the whole space. The bigger, cover the whole space. At the time, what he see? He see nothing. He see nothing, Just light pointing everywhere, or space. And then he concentrate on this light points everywhere. Is thinking infinite is space. Infinite is space. If infinite is space, many times, again and again, until he developed the first arupa jhana. This is the way how to practice from rupa jhana to arupa jhana. So, to gain this arupa jhana, we have to gain the first rupa jhana. First, we have to gain rupa jhana, the fifth jhana. And then from fifth jhana, rupa jhana, and we try to develop, our concentration until we see this, all this light or poetings everywhere, and we think this object as infinite is space, just think about that many times. And then you will gain the first arupa jhana. When you gain arupa jhana, we call akasananca yatana, the way we say it right now. The first is the arupa jhana. This arupa jhana, consciousness is dwelling on infinity of space. We don't see anything, it's just space, right? Now you would like to gain the second arupa jhana. What do we have to do? We have to concentrate on the first arupa jhana. Thinking there's the infinite is consciousness. Infinite is consciousness. Thinking many times until you develop second jhana. Right? And to develop the third jhana, You take this object, this the first consciousness, akasa nan chayadana, right? This infinite is consciousness, take as object, and then you think that there is the nothing, there is nothing, whatever. There is nothing, whatever. This means your first consciousness, nothing. It's nothing. Just first consciousness or whatever. There is nothing or whatever. You think many times until you develop, you gain the fourth jhana. Nowadays, I don't think that, anyone interesting to gain this arupa jhana. So here, why is the meditator want to gain arupa jhana? What do you think? What do you think then? Oh yes, this is the arupa jhana. Arupa jhana, rupa is meant form, right? Arupa is formless sphere. Formless sphere. No body. As the four arupa realm, no body, just mind. Just mind, only consciousness to have that. So this jhana, since before the Buddha appear in our world, they already have this jhana, this practice way, this technique to gain jhana, arupa jhana. But mostly they think that arupa jhana is that they don't have body, have mind. Maybe they think about that, Now every day you have to go to work for what? Yeah, because we have eye. We have ear, we have nose, we have tongue, we have body to serve this five sense. You want the big, you want to see, big TV, a big star, it's just a beautiful thing. You want to hear a good thing. You want to eat a good thing. You want to taste a good house. You want a good car, something like that. For eye, ears, nose, tongue, body. If someone blind, you think he will want the big TV? No, because two eye. So you think about because of this body, we have this body. This made us suffer. The lobha, dosa, moha, attachment, ill will, delusion, jealousy, conceit, stalker. For what? Because we see, because we hear, because we smell, because we taste it, because we touch it. Because of the body, based on this body, and then mental defilements occurs. Right? Based on this body. If no body, no mental defilement. The way they think. And then after they gain this jhana, they say, if we go to born as the arupa brahma realm, or formless sphere, so we don't have body. When we don't have body, we don't have to serve this eye, ears, nose, tongue, our body. No mental defilements occur, maybe peaceful, and then they wish to reborn as the Brahma realm, and they practice this meditation. After they die, they will reborn as Arupaja, according to their willpower. Right? We have one world, just a mindless realm. The number is 11. This mindless realm still belongs to the fourth jhana realm. Mindless. Just have body, no mind. To be able to reborn in this realm, we have to gain fifth jhana, right? Fifth jhana, and then you can reborn this mindless realm. This mindless person, meditator, what he think? He think, oh, this our body doesn't know anything. That's the dead body. What they want? Corpse. They don't want anything, right? Why? There's no mind, no consciousness. It's because it's the mind. Mind is very important. So let us suffer, cry, this mind. Let go to the hell, this mind. Because every day, we have to suffer everything. We have to work every day for what? Because our mind. If no mind, this body don't want anything. Even you have eye, if you don't have consciousness to have mind, you don't want to see anything. They find the fault at the mind, or because of mind. And we have mind. And if we suffer, we have to reborn again and again. Our mental defilements occur, arise every day, every moment, because mind. If no mind, just body, we will be peaceful. So they think about that. And then they develop under the fifth jhana, rupa jhana, after they die. According to their wishes. They reborn as the mindless sphere, just body, no mind. See? The way they think different. But the Buddha said, Sabbe sankhara dukkha. All conditioned things, mind and matter, is a suffering. If you have mind, you suffer about your mind. If you have body, you suffer about your body. See? It's not, if you have, our mind don't have stuff, our body will be peaceful. It's not like that, it should be. Like all sport of mind and matter. Just the Buddha thought about this suffering. That's why Nibbana is no mind, no body, no mind, no matter. It's to have mind and matter. Even the Arupa Brahma, formless sphere, they stay after their lifespans over. If they are still worldly person, they have to reborn as the sense sphere realm too, come down in our human being as in heaven. If they're not Arya, if they gain enlightenment, they do not come down anymore. If Arya, if the sainthood, they gain as the Sotapanna, Sakaragami, Anagami, Arahant, didn't have to reborn the lower realm. If they have the worldly person, they have to just gain jhana, they don't gain magga phala, right? Enlightenment, you have to reborn as the lower state again. So that's the formless, this mindless sphere person also. After their lifespan's over, they will come to sense sphere realm again. So that's why we have to practice until we gain enlightenment, and then we cannot, come to lower state, higher and higher, until we gain Prinibbana, enters to Prinibbana. It's wise that this meditation is different according to their wishes. Generally, the mind and matter are interrelated, interdependent, inseparable. It's normally, it's as a rule. But by the willpower, there's a possibility right? It's possibility for the mind to be separate from the body. That's why we have the formless sphere, just mind. Because they practice meditation until they gain this jhana, arupa jhana. It will take time, many years, maybe many lives, for them. So maybe someone don't believe that, it is impossible, maybe you think about it. But in my idea, in my opinions, like nowadays someone they practice what they call in English, I don't know, or they just lying down, just take their mind out of their body, what they call, let the body stay here, or go out and look at their body and go somewhere many hours and then we come back again. This means they separate their mind from their body. Nowadays somebody practice that, right? So even this technique also we can do that. So for the jhana who meditated, who practiced this meditation many years, how come? Okay? It's possible, possible to reborn as the the formless sphere, as the mindless sphere. If someone gains the first arupa jhana when they die, they will be reborn at the first arupa jhana, what they call arupa jhana. Akasananjayarana ram. What is their rebirth consciousness? This is the first arupa resultant consciousness as their rebirth consciousness. If they gain second arupa jhana, they will be reborn as the second arupa jhana, Vinyananjayarana ram.